Welcome back to the Offbeat Review, where today I'm going to be talking about the K's latest tour show at Manchester Academy. Before the video starts, make sure you follow our socials in the description and subscribe so you never miss an episode. Before this review starts, make sure you do head down below if you are watching on YouTube. Do subscribe and check out my past content so you've never missed a review or a podcast on here. If you are listening on Spotify, please give me a 5-star review if you do enjoy this episode. It really does help push this content out to more people. Right, so we might as well start and talk about the venue itself, which is Manchester Academy. So the K's were playing in Academy 1, which is the big room, which is separate to the other two venues that are located within the Student Union. In my opinion, I think the Academy is the best venue in Manchester, apart from obviously the arena. For its size, I think it's class. I do see a lot of people online sort of devalue Manchester Academy as a venue. I'm not too sure why. In my opinion, I think it's got the best sound. It has also got the less queues as well for beer. And it's just the best ran of all sort of like the mid-tier or mid to upper tier of Manchester music venues. The beers that were available for myself were Moretti and Coors. Not the best selection, especially when the Moretti was quite flat. But when you're not queuing that long for a beer, so to give you a big example, it only took me around about 5, not even 10 minutes to get a beer each time we were served. There's two bars inside, one to the right, one to the left, and there's also the main bar just where the toilets are as you do come in. For me, it's perfect. Like when you go to the arena, for example, you're queuing 20 minutes sometimes for a drink, whereas when you go into the Academy, it is a lot less queues. A lot less densely packed as well. Like it was a sold out show. It was full, but there was still lots of place for people to go. So the K's had two support acts with them. They had the Guest List, which is a band from Manchester, an up-and-coming band, and they also had a DJ who came on a couple times as well. With the Guest List, that is the first time I've seen them. I thought as a band they were good. The highlight was probably the guitarist on there, the lead and rhythm guitar. The lead singer didn't play an instrument, which is not actually that normal nowadays within bands. They did look quite young on stage. They looked a bit nervous. They looked a bit shaky at certain points. I can appreciate why they were quite nervous going into the gig. Obviously, the Academy is quite a large venue with a lot of people in there. So they are certainly definitely a band there for the future of Manchester. Now, the DJ was quite entertaining at certain points as well. He was just like an indie sort of DJ that you sort of find in 42s or on the radio. He was giving it beans, to be fair. He was really giving it large, especially when he's just sort of playing your generic sort of like indie tunes. But he was getting the crowd going. He was doing his job perfectly. There was people singing along. The atmosphere was kind of rocking. Straight up until sort of like the K's came on as well. So he did his job perfectly, I thought. Now, with the K's, how long have I got? This is my third time seeing them, maybe fourth time I've seen them. And it's the best time I've seen them. It's the first time I've seen them do a full sort of headline show. And they were class. Like, are they probably the most must-see band at this moment in time? In my opinion, I think they are. They have got it all. They've got powerful vocals. They've got a great band, great stage presence. They've basically got it all. Especially with the point that I did want to make was they've just sold out the Academy, which is what, 2.5K, maybe 3,000 people, with no album. They have only done sort of like single releases and EPs at this stage. So to be able to fill a venue like that with no album, I think is an extraordinary achievement. There's certain bands out there who've got a few albums under their belt who wouldn't be able to sell that venue out. So they started off a set with Picture and Got a Feeling, two classic old songs which went down really well with the crowd. I do think Picture is an absolute anthem, really. The crowd loved it as well. You could see them properly getting into it from moment one. They also played their new song, Heart on My Sleeve, which went down really well, and I thought it sounded amazing live as well. It's really made me excited for the album. They are drip feeding a few songs from the new album out as singles, and they are sounding great at this moment in time as well. So I'm really excited for the album. I think it's going to go down really well and really push up the charts. I've got a few videos from the set that I managed to take, and I'll leave them here now for you to watch.
Going on to the 6 weeks ago, with the wheels on me.
I'd like to talk about my best moments from the set, and for me, it simply had to be Hoping Maybe. It went down amazing with the crowd. It was easily the best sort of like received song of the night, even better than Sarajevo, which is their usual go-to sort of ender. Now, Hoping Maybe, for people that don't know it, is a bit more of a slower song where Ryan does do a very good guitar solo towards the end, and the whole crowd was singing along. Like, where I was stood sort of middle right towards the back, and everyone round me was singing along. At one point, I think I did manage to get it on video that you'd just seen, the whole crowd was singing it back to Jamie as he did take away from the mic. It almost felt like a "you've made it" moment for the band, where you could see visibly that they were a little bit sort of like struck by it. So with the K's, obviously they are from Earlstown, which is, if you don't know, a small town sort of near Haydock Racecourse, just outside of Warrington. So you're slap bang in the middle of Liverpool and also Manchester, and it felt like a hometown show. Like, I've never been to one of their shows in Liverpool. I'm not too sure what kind of reception they do get there, but in Manchester, it was electric. It felt like a hometown show. Transfer as well was class live, as it always is whenever I do see the K's. The crowd were really, really loud. As you see on the video, I did post this one on Twitter as well, because I think this was the best video that I've got in a while. The whole crowd was bouncing for it. And it's exactly what you want from middle of a set, where sometimes the sets can sort of slow down within the middle points, but not from McKay's. It was constant energy throughout. Jamie sounded amazing, as he always does, and Ryan was definitely bringing the energy constantly. Always on the mic, always G'ing up the crowd, and just constantly with his guitar playing solos and kind of just getting everybody on board. Now, with the new album coming for the K's, is that big break on the horizon? For me, 100%. I can see them playing arenas in 3, 4, maybe 5 years' time. Definitely within Manchester anyway. If they're already selling out Academy with no album, imagine what an album or two under their belts can really do for their career and push them forward. I'm imagining headline slots at festivals as well within the next few years as well, because they are definitely building their fan base. Obviously, I can't speak for the rest of the UK. I can only speak for what I've seen in Manchester. But for a band with no album, as I've said, managing to sell out the Academy and sell it out well, and especially when they've got the Victoria Warehouse in March, which is only 4 months away from this date, really just shows this band is going from strength to strength. Could it be a Catfish sort of rise? Catfish came out of nowhere, as we all know. They went stratospheric so quickly. Could the K's follow suit? I think they can. I think they've got the same amount of talent as sort of Catfish really there. Jamie's just as good as Van in my opinion. The songs are just as good as well, and the band are just as good. So I don't see any reason why the K's can't have that stratospheric sort of rise like Catfish did as well. If you did manage to catch the K's in Manchester, or you saw them in any of their tour dates across the UK, please let me know how you found it as well. Make sure you comment down below or message me on social media. If you've got any videos as well, please share them. I do also like to see videos from the gigs as well, from other people's viewpoints. And again, if you are watching on YouTube, please subscribe so you do never miss one of these offbeat reviews. Check out my past reviews as well, and my past podcast where I have interviewed a few bands, and there is other interviews coming on the horizon as well. Let me know if you've got any feedback for these reviews, and I will see you in the next one.